Okay, today in this video, I'm going to recall the equation with straight lines which you have done in grade 9. Before we start, we need to remember a few things here. And that first thing is the slope. Okay, as you know, that slope is the positive angle made by the straight line with the x-axis. Let me show you in the figure. Look at these axes, x-axis and the y-axis. Look at this. It is a straight line and it has made an angle theta. So this theta is made in the anti-clockwise direction and which is considered as a positive angle. Listen, this theta is made by the straight line with the x-axis in the anti-clockwise direction, as you can take it as a positive angle. And this angle is known as the slope of the line, and we indicate this by the small letter m, and that is known as the tan theta. So tan theta is the slope of the straight line. And the next thing that we need to understand is the intercept. So intercept are the part of the axis. You can see here the straight line has made it has caught on the x-axis and as well as in the y-axis. Now you can see here uh, the person, this is the part of the x-axis and this is a part of the y-axis made by the straight line. So part of the axis is known as the x-intercept and it is denoted by the small a. And part of the y-axis is known as the y-intercept and it is denoted by the small letter b. Now, we are going to discuss about some of the very important form which are used to find the equation of the straight line. So whenever we have to find the equation of the straight line, we are using these forms. So the first one is the slope intercept form. Look at the axis here, x-axis and y-axis. Now you can see here the straight line and you can see here the angle theta, which is made by the straight line with the x-axis, and this theta is known as the slope of the line. And here you can see the y-intercept. So this is the y-intercept here. Now you must be wondering that why I have represented y-intercept by the small c. Here is not a x-intercept. X-intercept is not visible here. So here is only the slope of the line. This is the slope of the line and the y-intercept. So remember, when you are given the y-intercept and the slope of the line, then we are using as y is equal to mx plus c in order to find the equation of the straight line, where you can see here m is the slope of the line and the c is the y-intercept. Now, you must clearly understand that whenever you are given a slope of the line and a y-intercept, then we are using y is equal to mx plus c in order to find the equation of the straight line. Now, let's move to the next one. Here you can see this is known as a double intercept form. See, this is the axis here, x-axis and y-axis once again, and here is the straight line. Okay. Now, when straight line cross the x-axis and the y-axis, then you will find the x-intercept as well as the y-intercept. As I already told you that here, this portion is the y-intercept part of the y-axis, and this one is the part of the x-axis, which is known as the x-intercept. Okay. Now remember, when you are given the x-intercept and the y-intercept, then you have to find the equation of the straight line by using double intercept form, which is known as here x by a plus y by b is equal to 1. Okay, so we use this form whenever you are given the x-intercept and the y-intercept, where you can see the a is the x-intercept and the b is the y-intercept. Okay, so remember, when you are given the x-intercept and the y-intercept, then we are using simply the double intercept form, that is x by a plus y by b is equal to 1 in order to find the equation of the straight line. Okay, um, now here let's look for the next form here, and that we know as the point slope form. Okay, so this is the one of the very important form in order to find the equation of the straight line. Look at the axis here. Here is the straight line. Okay, and when it makes and the angle theta, which is known as the slope of the line, that is a tan theta, and we denote it by the small m. And look at the point here. we can take this point anywhere. Okay, you can just take this point here. Suppose this is the point on the straight line. Now you will see the two conditions here. One is the slope. Okay, now you will see that here one is the slope. This angle is the slope of the line which is in the anti-clockwise direction, and you will see the point here. When you see the slope of the line and the point, then we find the equation of the straight line by using this very important form which is known as the point slope form, and that is y minus y1 is equal to mx minus x1, where you can see here this is the point. Exactly, this is the x1 and y1. This point is x1 and y1. This is the point. And here, this is the slope of the line. Now, clearly, just remember, whenever you are given a slope of the line and you have a point on that line, then we use y minus y1 is equal to mx minus x1 in order to find the equation of the straight line. Okay, now we have discussed just the three different forms, very important forms of finding the equation of the straight line. The first form is y is equal to mx plus c. The second one is x by a plus y by b is equal to 1, which is known as the double intercept form. And another one is the y minus y1 is equal to mx minus x1, which is known as the point slope form. So these three forms are used according to the condition given to you. Okay, now sometimes what happens is that if I change this the value of the m, okay, you know what is the value of the m here. So this m is equal to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. If I just replace this m by y2 minus y1 and x2 minus x1, then that will become 2-point form of the equation that we will discuss later. Okay, let me give you the some of the hints here. Okay, so let me give you the some of the hints of finding the slope. That is called the methods of finding the slope here. Okay, sometimes you'll be confused how to find a slope. So here are some tips here. So when the equation of the straight line is given to you, okay, then we'll find the slope by using this minus of coefficient of the x upon coefficient of the y. For example, I'll give you the one example here. Suppose that you have equation 2x plus 3y is equal to 12. Okay. Now, how do we find the slope of this line? Now, if you use this minus coefficient of the x and coefficient of y. Okay, let's think for a moment. So will you think? Okay, I'll give you a few seconds here. Okay, now, what is the slope of this line 2x plus 3y equals to 12? According to this, it will become the minus 2 by 3. I think you guessed right. Okay, here you can see the coefficient of x is 2 and the coefficient of the y is 3. So this is the slope of the line as a minus 2 by 3. So remember, when you are given a straight line, if you will find a straight line, equation of the straight line, then we'll find the slope of the line by using minus coefficient of the x upon coefficient of the y. Now, the next one is that it's very simple. When you are given the 2 points, x1 and y1 and x2 and y2, okay, we are simply using this one, y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So this is the slope of the line segment, having the two different points, x1 and y1 and x2 and y2. Okay, and the next one and the final one, as I already mentioned in this video, is that when the positive angle made by the straight line is given to you, then we find the slope as a tan theta. So you can clearly see it here. Look at here. So this is the slope of the line. So whenever the angle is given, then we simply write slope, that is small m is equal to tan theta, which I've already discussed in this video. I hope you like this video. Okay. Now you can practice all these things. Now you can recall your equation of the straight line and the slope, the finding of the slope um, of the line or the equation or the whatever the points, you can find it.